I thought I was being clever that night, playing a little hard to get, testing whether he truly loved me. I wanted to see if he'd fight for me, chase me, prove I was worth it. But instead, he simply paid the bill, stood up, and walked away. And he never came back. It started as a harmless dinner, or so I thought. The restaurant was warm and candlelit, the kind of place where couples leaned close over wine glasses and whispered promises. He sat across from me, smiling like he always did, calm, confident, patient. The kind of man who never raised his voice, never begged for attention. That night, I wanted to shake that calm. To make him show emotion, jealousy, desire, something. I had read somewhere that a little emotional game could make a man prove his love. So when he said softly, "You've been distant lately. Is something wrong?" I smiled and shrugged. Maybe I'm just bored. His eyes flickered, just for a second. Then he nodded slowly. Bored. I leaned back, playing the part. Maybe. I just feel like you've stopped trying. You used to chase me, remember? He stared at me for a long moment, like he was deciding what to say. Then he just smiled sadly. Maybe I stopped chasing because I thought I'd already caught you. That line almost broke my act. But I didn't let it show. I rolled my eyes and laughed softly. Don't be dramatic. He looked down at his plate, then back up. So what do you want, really? I crossed my arms. Maybe I just need space. Maybe I need to see how much I mean to you. There it was, the test. The little emotional trap I thought would make him prove his love. I expected him to protest, to reach across the table and say something like, asterisk, you mean everything to me. I'll do whatever it takes. Asterisk. But instead, he sighed. A long, tired sigh. All right, he said quietly. I blinked. What? If you need space, he said, then I'll give you space. I laughed nervously. That's it. He looked up at me, his expression calm, too calm. You said you were bored, that I stopped chasing. I don't want to be someone you need to test. I want to be someone you trust. Then he signaled the waiter, pulled out his wallet, and paid the bill. Every last cent. No argument, no scene. He even tipped extra. When he stood up, I expected him to say he'd call me tomorrow. But instead, he put his coat on and said, "Take care of yourself, Maya." Just that. No goodbye kiss. No promise. No second chance. And then, he left. I sat there, stunned, staring at the door long after he disappeared. At first, I was sure he'd text. The next day, I checked my phone every few minutes. Nothing. A week passed. Still nothing. By the second week, panic settled in. I called. He didn't answer. I messaged him, asterisk, I'm sorry, can we talk? Asterisk, message seen, no reply. Friends told me they'd seen him at the park, jogging alone, looking peaceful. Someone said he'd deleted all his social media. He had moved on, completely. That realization hit me harder than I expected. I thought I was testing his love, but in truth, I had tested his patience, and failed. Months later, I saw him again by accident. I was at a cafe with a friend when he walked in, smiling, looking lighter than I'd ever seen him. There was a woman with him. She laughed easily, leaned into him when she spoke. He looked happy. Genuinely happy. Our eyes met for just a moment. He nodded politely, no anger, no longing, just quiet peace, and then turned back to her. And in that moment, I understood. Sometimes when you push people away to see if they'll chase you, they don't come running back. They just learn to stop walking toward you at all. Now, whenever I think about that night, the memory burns. Not because he left, but because I realized I was the one who lost something rare. A man who loved with quiet sincerity, who deserved honesty, not games. I wanted to feel powerful. Instead, I ended up alone, watching him build a life with someone who never made him question his worth. That's what betrayal really is sometimes. Not what others do to us, but what we do to love when we think it will always wait for us.